mind of the mind of the quiet dude.
Mind,
Just the mind of the quiet dude.
my
Mind of
mind, mind,
the
my
mind of
mind,
the quiet dude.
my
The mind
mind,
of
mind,
just the mind of the quiet dude.
my
Mind of
mind, mind, my
the mind of
mind,
the quiet dude.
my mind, mind,
Just the mind of the quiet dude.
my mind, mind, my mind, my mind, mind.
Oh, it just went away. It said, "Oh, you're on the broadcast." All right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another ice cold episode of Mind of the Quiet Dude. We got the newbie on here. He don't know how to do it, everybody. He just got some new equipment. He excited. He don't know what the hell's going on. He's hitting
Yeah,
buttons and just
mashing
talking.
buttons, hitting switches, no doubt.
Oh man, we welcome back, man. We are here once again with comedy meets therapy, the Mind of the Quiet Dude series. I'm here with my guy, as always, Jamie Jones. What up, Jones?
What's happening? Hey, another day. We back out here 2 days after the last one. How you doing?
Man, I'm hanging and banging, brother. That's all we can do right now. Also, with the good doctor. What's up, Doc?
Yeah, man, all is good. I just got out of 2 marriage therapy sessions, and I'm ready to do more damage.
Damn. Okay.
Nice.
Golly, damage.
Maybe that's not the word.
Yeah, it is. No, that you
I
said it.
love it.
From your
Uh,
from your mouth to God's ears. He was in there doing damage.
yeah.
No,
Shout out to Mr. Print Inc. in the chat. I would see y'all rewatch gang. Everybody watching. Super chats available for anybody who don't know. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Jay?
All right. So today is yet another um therapy session, man. This is where we gonna talk about some things that it don't necessarily get a chance to talk to all the time. So, um, first of all, it was good seeing the good doctor this weekend, man. He came to hang out in Los Angeles this week, just to, you know, just to hang out, and get the good kicking session, a little cigar, a little barbecue, you know what I'm saying? That shit was
yeah,
good to see you, my brother.
yeah. Oh man, the sun, the weather. It was about 20 degrees hotter when I got back to Carolina. We were up like 98, 100, 105 here, and it was nothing like that over there. Cool, breezy, sunny, all the things I'm looking forward to. But I'm here,
There
and
you
you're
go.
there.
All right. So this I don't know if in particular we didn't get a chance to do too much pre-prep today. And so we'll bang it out, man. We'll make it happen. There seems to be always some situations to where it's a all hands on deck situation. Um, and we've all been there before for certain things. I know with my older son, sometimes you just got to go lay eyes and make sure that everything is good.
Yeah,
And that's a I don't know what it is about certain situations like that somebody could tell you that they just fine, but until you make eye contact with them and find out that everybody's good, I'm not good. You know what I'm saying? So I
all
think
the
I
things.
think we've all been in situations like that, man. Jones, I know you was going through a few little couple things with your little fella, and you told you was a little
Facts.
upset this weekend. You know what I mean? We
Mhm.
got the good doc here, man. What's poppin'?
Golly.
uh, no, he's telling the truth. I was telling Jay on Mind of the Quiet Dude on Monday nights on YouTube, youtube.com/ Mind of the Quiet Dude podcast. Check it out. But Monday, we were talking about how my kid didn't want to hang out with me on 4th of July. One of my kids, my youngest, he wanted to go to his friend's house. I wanted him to come light fireworks with me and my other son. Um, and I couldn't talk him into it, and I didn't want to force him. I just had to feel bad about him not wanting to go.
All right.
Uh, so I was in my feelings a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. I got over it. We cool now. I was a little cold the next day. I wasn't mean and that. I just, look, what's up? What's happening?
His cereal
uh,
in there, you know.
exactly.
Help from no spoiled milk.
Till about noon, I was just like, "Yeah, what's up?" And I'm like, "What the fuck am I doing?" Like, but yeah, it is something new that's come up. Like, that feeling. I don't know when's the last time I've had that feeling about somebody in general. Like not wanting to hang out with me and that being a problem, not wanting to spend time with me and that being a problem. Like, so it was kind of new to come into it again. Like, damn, I'm actually hurt. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I'm sure you understand what I was going through.
So so Doc, like, what is that we kind of go through with that? Because I've been there, with my sons as well, to where it's like is a fine line between wanting them to accept your authority and wanting them to be your friend, or not necessarily your friend, but that's maybe bad wording, but it's a friend that you want them to
Yeah,
be a homie as at the same
Mhm.
time.
I'm
And
with you.
right.
what is that, man? Like, what are we fighting in with that struggle?
When I look at it like that, I think about how that respect changes over time. Uh, the less experience our kids, our sons might have, children, daughters, uh, do they really see who you are as an adult? Then over the years, once they start to have some more of their own experiences, they get a little bit older. Maybe the respect starts to build up. If I look at my two sons, I can definitely see the conversations are shifting. They are asking me questions that I would have never asked my parents. Talking to me about sex. What? I didn't talk to my parents about that. They didn't know nothing
Right.
about that part of my life. Uh, honestly, I hid almost anything, everything that I was doing. If I was had me a little drink underage, I just may have stumbled in the house a little bit. I didn't tell them about it. But
Hmm.
over time, my dad might pull me aside like, yeah, grass
I
still
saw
needs to be
you.
cut. I saw
Right.
you come in at 7. I saw you come in at 7 this morning. And I think what he was doing, he recognized that I was starting to venture out a little bit, but he didn't make a big deal about it. It seems like he understood.
Right.
And just the fact that he seemed to understand, like, okay, he lets me rock out a little bit, enjoy myself, but then he still holds me accountable. At the end of the day, that grass still needs to be cut. Now, if I'm not cutting the grass and I'm letting other things take over too much, now I'm going to hear from him. I know that for a fact.
Right.
Right.
And that is a new style of parenting because I'm with you. I didn't tell my parents shit. Like I didn't. My dad asked me last time he was here. We were sitting here talking, um, and he was like, "Did I ever talk to you about sex?" I was like, "Hell no." Like, not nothing. Like I got all that outside. Like he was like, and he talked about like he was like I was so much. He was like I was young too. Like he's only 20 years older than me.
Hmm.
So it felt weird for him having the conversation, talking
Mhm.
about sex. Because I guess the age wasn't that far off. Like, in I guess psychologically, I don't know, but he felt a way about talking about it, and since I never really asked, we just went. So nah, I didn't get none of that at home.
Well, here's the thing, Jamie. Here's my sex talk. I can probably say it in less than maybe 6, 7 words. Don't bring no babies in this house.
That was it. I guess. I guess I forgot to have that talk because I am a granddaddy. So they, so he, I
That was
guess I
it.
could say with all my sons, there wasn't like a real. And I did a joke about this before, and it's about as true as it gets, man. Like my sex talks with my sons was like, all right now, all right, I know you out there, so hey, you know what I'm saying? All right.
All right.
That was
Hey,
all
hey,
right.
my pop was 7 words. You were 2 words. All
Yeah.
right now.
You feel me?
Yeah, come on
You
now.
feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Keep your eyes open, bro.
Yeah. Be on the swivel out there now.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't be
What
out
does
here
that mean? Keep
reckless.
your eyes open, but somehow it means what it means.
Exactly what it means. Just
Don't
say
get nothing
sports
on you.
terms.
Yeah, keep your nose clean. What does that mean?
Right.
Exactly. No,
So
I
I don't know, man. I guess it's like it gets kind of weird in those situations. To where you feel you have a responsibility to do it. And I think on the other side of that, my my wife is like the extra over super extra over teacher. Like she'll get on you every step of the way. Like it's not a she don't leave one stone unturned, and she'll jump on you until you dig into it. So by the time it gets to me, you know, it's after 20 minutes of being, dug into with moms, and then it's
mm.
like, so go talk to your daddy. It's like, shit, I ain't got nothing else to say. I mean, she pretty much covered everything. She ain't
Exactly.
wrong, but all right. What else I'm
She
supposed
she
to say on top of that?
she put the condom on the banana for you. Like I don't know what to top after that.
Golly.
Now, oh, I can't say she did that now, but
I'm joking.
golly.
Yeah, my mom would say things like, uh, "Don't spend no time with no girl you ain't prepared to marry."
Woo.
That was. I was like, oof.
That's
Make me
old
think
school
twice.
right there.
Yeah, yeah. Don't spend
Yeah.
no time with no one you ain't prepared to marry. In so many words, uh, if you bring someone in this house, you better bring a wife with her. That was
Damn.
mom's talk.
Yeah.
And you know
Mine was
what?
she didn't want to meet nobody unless I was serious. I don't want to meet random girls. If you serious about her and making this your one and only, then okay, bring her on in. But
That makes sense.
don't just be bringing hoes in here on Friday
Yeah. I didn't bring too many ladies to the house. Probably, maybe about four of them or so. All together. Nothing crazy, but I guess on the other side of it, now being I'm concentrating mine on from my side because I feel like we talking in the 80s, early 80s. That's a way different upbringing and style, and the way we treat and teach is different in 2026 than it is in 1982. It's just different.
Uh,
night.
you
Different
know,
things are acceptable. There was more old fashioned ish. We can call it old fashioned now because you figure if my parents were kind of old school in 82, that means that they were drawing their experiences from when they grew up in the 60s. So we're talking a 80-year gap between that and now to the way things are being done. Like there wasn't even TVs out then. Now it's, you know, punishments are different. Like, I'll cut that Wi-Fi off. Give me your phone. That was back then. Only thing you could do is beat you. So it's a little different.
You know, you can't go outside.
Yeah, stuff like that. But
Mhm.
yeah, the beatings always work. So I guess I guess what I'll say is like, um where should we be when it comes to having those uncomfortable conversations with our kids, being though it's a sex talk or choosing your friends wisely, or how you supposed to you know produce yourself when
hmm,
you're out to the public. Like where do those conversations start today that you have found to be successful, because it's way different than what we grew up on?
I like that question. My first thought is thinking about, um, when you heard age appropriate conversations,
Mm.
but I'm adding something onto it. I'm thinking personality driven. So, I've got my two sons, and just like anyone, they have their own personalities about how they look at life, their maturity levels, the depth of the conversation. And the more we pay attention to their personality, like if they're asking the deeper questions, that means they're ready for the deeper answers. If they're not asking those deeper questions, maybe they're still on the surface with it, or maybe they're just trying to figure it out themselves. Uh, I did not ask the deeper questions of my parents. And so I think they just stayed in their lane with it, old school style, born in 1940. Um,
Mhm.
you kind of don't ask, don't tell a little bit.
Right.
Um,
Facts.
my sons will ask me questions that I would never. I tell them I would have never asked my parents that question. I say that as a joke, and then I go on to answer the question because they asked it. So if it's about
Mhm.
money or finance or women or sex and birth control and all that, I certainly didn't talk to my old school parents about that. And I'm not making that like a shine moment. I'm looking back at that like, wow, maybe I missed some moments. Maybe if I was more mature, I would have asked those questions. Maybe that was saying something about me and less about them. Maybe they were ready, but because I didn't bring it up, they didn't bring it up.
But
It's one
Right.
thought.
And it seemed like parenting was like discipline driven from our parents, where now it's more of kind of we're trying to understand them. Like it almost seems like that's the switch is like don't just force them into your
Oh
way.
man.
Try to understand them a little more. And I guess the thought process parents should come a little bit more towards their children instead of just bringing them onto their program. And I see pros and cons with both sides of that. Like I see, I mean, I think what I'm saying is I see both sides needed. The discipline and just get on my program, some of that's needed for they're not ready for the deeper conversation yet, like you just said 5 minutes ago. Like,
Yeah,
so you got to
yeah.
get on while you're in my house. You got to get on my program.
That's just what I
Like,
was thinking. You in my house, you follow my rules. Yeah.
then this is the program. While I do give them room to state their side, where I didn't really have that freedom. Like I got told what was going on, and I sat there quiet, and listened when I was in trouble. But it was more headache than profit for me to try to argue my side. Like that was just gonna make the whooping worse. Like so, I just went ahead. But now I listen to them, and I and I don't know if what do you think is the old way good or is the new way good?
Oh man, that might be an age old question, old way or the new way. I like what you're saying. Is a blend of both and paying attention to their personality and the kind of questions that they're asking. One thing I do know is we have to lean into this because there's more information. There's more. They have more information than what we ever had at their equivalent age. And so if I'm still trying to parent them, for example, I remember trying to teach my son, my youngest son, how to drive a stick shift. And then I turned around and like 5% of cars in America are made with a stick shift. What am I teaching him old technology? I might as well teach him how to use a floppy disk and
Right.
a 3.5. I got to update my parenting. Just like your
Right.
computer updates, I got to update my software, and I can't parent the same because there's just more information. If not, I'm teaching them how to upshift and downshift, and they only make cars with stick shifts anymore. What's the point of teaching them old methodologies that just don't apply to their lives? I better stay up to date. If they don't come to me, they're going to turn to Claude or AI or Gemini. And I'm not saying they're going to get bad answers. What I'm hearing is, I'm hearing even adults are going to AI to ask questions and get
Right.
answers,
yeah,
real time
I do it.
conversations, whole conversations. And I got to
Mhm.
get used to that. I'd rather them much come to me, and I'm gonna use AI. I ain't mad at that. But when it comes to like the real life stuff, I need them to know my values. AI doesn't maybe know my values and how I look at things. So I want to make
Right.
sure I pass on some culture. This is how we rock out. This is how we operate with women. This is how we handle responsibility. And I don't want to outsource that to Gemini yet.
Mhm. Yeah, that's real.
Well, I guess like For me, I appreciate the fact that you are able to still have those questions. There was something that you did in the middle between the way your parents raised you that you couldn't have those conversations with them and the way that you raised them that they're able to ask you these things that you would have never thought to ask. So that's a whole thing to be addressed as well. But here's see, Jamie told you what he had the problem with. Here's mine. Um my son went off to camp. You know, Jelani just got back from camp
Mm.
a couple days ago, right before you came up. And the first thing that he said when he came back, and as a dad, it was the most embarrassing thing in the world. I was like, "So
Mm.
how much fun did you have up there?" He's like, "Oh man, I had a great time. Guess what I did?" I said, "What's that?" He said, "I learned how to ride a bike." And I'm like, "Wait a minute.
What?
Um, I got 5 bikes in the backyard, bruh. I have done everything in my power to get you on a bike for an extended period of time, and you had zero interest in a bike. But you like the scooter better than the bike. And every time I tried to teach you how to ride a bike, it get to the point where you just was like, all right, I got this part down. I'm good. I don't want to do it no more. And if you're not having fun with it, it's not a requirement in life for you to learn how to ride a bike. It's my job to try to teach you. But if you have zero interest while I'm trying to teach you, there's really my hands were tied. So
Interesting.
now when he goes to camp, I'm feeling like I don't even want to show my face over there because it's like the first thing they gonna be like is where's your daddy at that you ain't learned how to ride a bike? And I'm
Whooping.
like, nigga, there's 6 bikes in the backyard.
Whooping.
Literally. So what like talk to me, Wayne. Help me out with this, man.
Man, that's
Like,
interesting. So I'm thinking like if kids have access to Uber, like if I didn't use my bike, I didn't get anywhere.
right.
I had to get to the mall. I'm taking my bike, a couple of miles.
Mhm.
Get to the CVS grocery store, get me a little snack on the weekends, go get a slushie or something. I'm on my bike. If I want some level of independence, but now I guess you open up an app and you got DoorDash. I'm not riding my bike anymore. Uber. I'm not riding my bike anymore. Any girl that I want to talk to, FaceTime, social media, I'm not riding my bike anymore. Or shoot, maybe Waymo is picking me up, dropping me off somewhere. So the technology updates and maybe the level of independence we wanted because we had to have it. I didn't even have buses in my area. So if I didn't have a bike, I was just going to be in the house all day Saturday by myself. I better get on a bike if I want to get somewhere.
So
Hey,
my
go ahead
but
and
my
tell him he was wrong. You was wrong for that, Jay.
what was I wrong for?
not not having for your son learning how to ride a bike and camp. That's the only thing. And you're not a bad parent, of course. I'm not saying that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying the embarrassment was kind of. I would have felt it too. I'll just say that I would have felt it too. Like I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but I literally have done I've spent weekends trying to make that happen.
Facts.
And, to the point that's why we got so many bikes. It was like, all right, we outgrew this last one. I'll run up to Walmart and buy another one right now. Let's go.
Get-
We go pick out another bike. We go jump out in the street and 2 hours later you getting 20, 30 feet and then you like, yeah, this is dumb. I don't like this. Let's go play basketball. Like, and it's like we'll go do something different and he'll
Right.
never want to get
He
that
just.
part of it done.
I get it.
So it's like, you know,
Oh,
it's not the lack of effort, it was the
Right.
lack of interest. But
Mm-hmm.
now it
Just new.
is selfishly, I guess this is selfishly, and I think he's doing it on purpose. He messing with me a little bit. He's like, Dad, I learned how to ride a bike. Shut your ass up.
I'm going to
Like,
embarrass you in camp.
yeah.
Yeah.
So So I guess my question to you, Doc, is like, is is the feeling warranted
Hmm.
from me to feel a certain type of way because someone else uh taught my son or gave him the rest of the confidence? And for the record, it
Mm.
wasn't even a grown up. It was his cousin that's hanging out with him that just told him basically the way I learned. Like, if you don't get on the bike and keep up, we gonna leave your ass here. So come on. And
You
he
know,
knew enough to keep up, but that was pretty much it. Am I feeling like what is that I'm feeling that's making me feel like that?
feel like a whooping is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Uh, when I as you're talking, I'm thinking of the old school conversations. I walked uphill both ways to go to school. That's probably what I would have heard from my parents growing up, born in 1940, and so they looked at me as lazy. And so what they had to do, I mean, my dad talks about his father taking a horse to go visit his mother. You had to get up off your butt and go do something physical. You had to really engage the world. You had to leave the house, leave the farm to go engage the world. Social media brings the world right to your bedroom. And yeah, I don't want to knock it. Each generation has more access to what's going on around them. And maybe there's less a desire to go out into the world and experiment in certain ways. Experimenting is happening online. And maybe that doesn't involve a bike in that same kind of way. But to me, you're still warranted in feeling that way because I sit there and look, with my two sons, and I might look at them sideways with what they're doing, but it's a shift. It's a shift in how they engage in girlfriends. It's a shift in how they engage in everything. Why? Because the technology is different. Even when I worked with the Marines, they would tell me we're getting a different kind of Marine than what we got 20 years ago. We got to
Hmm.
train them differently. We got to socialize them differently. We're telling them we're going to a particular place. They're opening up their phones and Googling the place where they're going. They're asking questions about, like, 15, 20 years ago, Marines were not asking questions about where they were going. They were just following directions. So
Right.
they got more information. They're going to ask more questions with that information. Mm.
Hmm.
And,
There you
that's what
go.
happened with the next generation.
Yeah, and all that is, I believe, is a little bruised ego that we go through. As men, we inflate our ego. We want to
Yeah,
be the one to show our kid everything. We
that's
want to,
real.
or at least the essentials, what they need. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the dad to show them that. And when something else happens, it just bruises our ego. And I don't think it really means anything. Like, he knows how to ride a bike now. You still a good dad. All the shit. It's just because it happens to me. My ego gets bruised when he doesn't want to come hang out with me. Like, it's just ego
Hmm,
bruising shit
I like
because I
that.
think I'm so cool, And but I got to remember that I was him. Like, I was Maxie. I wanted to scram. I was in the streets. I was outside. I was my youngest. I was the one asking if I could go with my friends. So, like, to not understand that now would be big hypocritical. It's just my ego
Mhm.
gets bruised a little bit.
Jamie, I like that because now when I can go over Jay's house and watch my son, my oldest son, engage Jay, or was it Paul,
Hmm.
uh, over there, and I just sat back and chilled. Another man is giving my son advice in a
Mhm.
direction that's not my body of expertise. I sat there and just like, this is good. Our children can be informed by other people as long as
Right.
they value them and care about them. And I say, hey, man, y'all were talking about technology and how to use social media and how to do all this other stuff and how to engage and how to get your business set up right. I actually have respect. If I had to go back a few years and another man giving my son some advice, yeah, I'd been a little sideways. Like, that's my son. But
Right.
now, get it where you can get it from because people got bodies of knowledge. People come to me for certain things. If you got to go to someone else to get that body of knowledge, go over there and get it. Yeah,
That makes
Facts.
sense.
yeah.
Is there,
Facts.
but like, is there something technical? Like, is there something that I could attach that
Mm.
to? Like, you always got a good big word technical phrase from the medical books that identify this is the so and so theory. But is there,
Cortis- cortisol,
yeah,
adrenaline.
is there a what is it about like
Ooh,
what is it about that need for parents to, because I feel like this is still going down the same line. What is it about that need for parents to want to have that connection with their kid? Like, because the connection is obviously changing, but
mm.
there's a there feels like something in you that you can't explain that you would like to have connected with your seed. What is that from, man? What is that about?
You know, I can't think of a specific term, but what I did think, like probably 10 years ago, back when my oldest son was probably in the early stages of high school, uh, I knew I wanted to cut the apron strings. I wanted to be able to pass manhood on to him and say, "Hey, son, you are smart enough to figure some of this out," and pass it on to him and not have every answer for him. Because at a certain point, maybe I'm robbing him of his ability to be independent, to be interdependent, to connect with other people. So I recognized that maybe the apron strings were kept a little bit longer with me, and I said, "Nope, I'm going to cut those apron strings. You can handle it. You can do it. Give him a little support along the way." Like you started off earlier, I flew out to LA just to spend some time with my son because he had a rough moment over the last week, and I needed to connect with him in a certain way, and then hear other people pour into him and give him some feedback on that same situation. So for me, cut the apron strings, let them go at a certain point, especially when you know they're ready to fly out the nest.
Hmm. I got to. There was something that happened. I got to get out of here in a minute. But there was something happened. I think with me is I had like I got a group of 6 friends I've been friends with since kindergarten, like best friends.
Wow.
3 of them white.
Mhm.
And we all been hanging out, spending the night at each other's house since kindergarten. Still close to this day.
Mm.
Um, so they dads, I called dad from kindergarten because I could just walk in their house. It was that kind of relationship. We that close. I could just walk in. I could be there when they not. Like it was that. The white homes would be a little different. Like they be communal and shit. But I got to see these relationships being different than mine. Less authoritarian, more of a friendly approach. So
Mm.
there was a couple of my friends that could curse in their house. Like there was a couple of my friends, like and they just talked to their parents about anything. And as a kid who didn't have that, I envied that. Like I ain't even gonna lie, I envied that. And it wasn't nothing I wanted to do bad. I just wanted to be able to feel comfortable talking to my dad about more stuff. Like I wish I could have been, but I didn't feel safe space. I didn't feel comfort when I did it. I felt like I was just going to get orders and not like a conversation.
Hmm.
Um, so I would just bag back. Like, so I got to learn that through these other people. So going into parenting myself, I adopted some of that shit. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I wanted that with my kids. Like, because we say, yeah, they're gonna end up a certain way if they don't have all this discipline. But my friends came up and they cool. Like they
Mm.
productive citizens who ain't in jail. They got jobs. They polite. They ain't nothing that I was told I was gonna be if I didn't have all this discipline. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of was what opened my eyes to even doing it a little differently. It was less the times of today, but it was more being exposed to other types of relationships. So yeah, that's just something I had to adopt. But I got to get out of here, man. It's been great talking to y'all. I got to go pick up my son from the barbershop. He's 15, got his first summer job, sweeping up hair at the barbershop. I'm proud of the little nigga. I got to go scoop him up. But always good seeing y'all brothers, man. And I'm gonna talk to y'all in a minute.
All right.
Salute. Salute.
Yep. All right. Well, damn, that was abrupt.
And I'm out.
Yep.
Exit stage left.
I'm pouring my little heart out, and I'm a dip. No big deal. All right. Let me switch this over to the two here. We could go something else. I don't have to. We don't have to do it that way. We could go here. and I could just bring you in on this side over here. Bam. So we
Boom.
could do that. And I will just take that and get that out of there. But anyway, all right. So what we have, um, what else is there that it was something else that I wanted to talk to you about. I be thinking about all this shit by the time when I get off the phone, I'll be like, bam, this is I should have asked him about this, should have asked him about that. My real question is
Yeah.
to you, what were you able to accomplish this week
Hmm.
by coming out here and laying eyes on your son this weekend? What was that for you?
That's exactly the question I was looking for. As like a little softball pitch to me. Um, so about a week ago, my son was going to visit a friend, and he was, walking over to their apartments, and there was a dude yelling out the window uh, with all the words, with the hard ER, and saying he wanted to kill black people. And there's some neighbors out there, people yelling at him. Then there's some talk about he had a gun and all that, and said he wanted to kill black people. And man, that unnerved me to the nth degree. Uh, just knowing my son called me and told me about it, I'm like, damn, this could have been another phone call. I could have gotten another call that was going in another direction. I won't even go down that path.
Right.
And so I said, you know, I gotta lay my eyes on him. I've never um, booked a plane reservation and left the next day. I'm usually the guy making the plane reservation 6 weeks out, 2 months out, trying to get the discount and all that. I ain't care. Swipe the card and fly out there. And I had to put my eyes on him to check on him, and just that fatherly instinct kicked in. He's not under my roof. I can't get a hold of him. He's 26. He's living his life.
Hmm.
But I flew out there to spend some time with him and let him know that you're important to me. Your life is important to me. Um, and we had a great time. Part of that was even over at your spot chilling. There was no family reunion. There was no funeral. Uh, it was just father son time. My wife was out there with me, but just time to connect and have some adult time. And honestly, I saw the way he was moving all for those few days that I was there, mature, grounded. Like, is this the same young man that moved out there?
Yeah.
Grounded. He's moving with his young lady. They're it's. I'm like, hey, Dad, I'm gonna take you here. Then I'm used to running the show. I'm used to putting him in a car, putting his seatbelt on, like little kid.
Right.
And he hit me, Dad. Did you go to the bathroom?
No, I
No.
didn't. Matter of fact, I gotta.
Matter of fact, that's what I wanted to say, but I couldn't give him that much. Let me do a TT, real quick. Uh,
So,
uh, but
but
the
what does
roles are
that
flipped, and I love
conversation
that.
look like though, man? Because I know it had to get, you had to disguise it. Because, for for the people watching, when I got the phone call about it, my advice was, if you're gonna
Mhm,
come out here, first of all,
mhm.
don't make it because of that,
Yeah,
because it's, you don't just do that. And I'm not saying don't come out here and hang out. If you
no
do,
doubt.
love to see you, but don't make that the
The central focus.
grounds for the trip itself. I talked to you the next day. You was like, ticket book, bro. The hell with what you said. I'm coming.
Uh,
So
no. And with that, the time together, we really didn't even talk about the whole situation that much. That was 5 minutes, maybe the first day, and the rest of the time was just spending time with him. It was I don't know that "Cats in the Cradle" song, but it was a moment for me to just say, let me slow down from my life. What's important to me? What do I need to focus on? And I put my time, effort, and resources towards focusing on him. And damn, what a takeaway to see him in his manhood. I've This is the first time I told him, son, you're a whole grown ass man, and I respect you as a man. Before I would say like, you still figuring things out, but I cut those apron strings. And what it wound up being is, I don't mean to make it like a celebration of life. It's not like the Lion King, but it was a moment to just say, I'm proud of you. You're doing things. You've been out here 3.5 years figuring it out. You're not asking me for any money. Damn, what can I do but salute that? You're finding your way, and it's a total honoring of his manhood. It's kind of like sitting at the 50-yard line, and I could just sit back and watch. He set the agenda for each day. Dad, I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna take you here. We're gonna go to eat there. And I'm used to being in that spot, and it was a proud dad moment to sit there and watch him essentially take care of me.
Hmm.
And we've not been in that space before where he's like, I'm gonna take you here and we can go to all these different places.
Right.
Total
He
proud moment.
he dropped you off to my house and came and picked you up like you was a teenager.
Golly, I didn't even pick that up till just now.
He was like,
He
"All right,
daddy
Dad, I got to
daycared me.
work at 2. I'm gonna drop you off in the morning. We'll have breakfast, and I'll be back to get you after I get off work. Call me if you need anything."
He daddy daycared me. I am not realizing that. He dropped me off like, here's your lunch. Here's a lunch bag. I packed the carrots that you like with the ranch
Yep.
dressing, and there's a turkey sandwich in there. Go have fun with your friends, and I'm gonna come back at 8:30 to pick you up. That's
Yeah.
exactly what happened. He
Yeah.
dropped me off at my house and sunned me. Damn, I just got sunned. I didn't even know it.
You ain't know it. It's all right. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
I
I'll
feel
take it.
like that's part of the life cycle though. The life cycle is we spend the first 12 the 16 years taking care of them. Then there's
Mhm.
a span of another, 20 years, 30 years in the middle, and then there's a span of 12 to 16 years where they have to take care of you. And if you've prepared them properly, in those first 12, and you've guided them properly in those next 20 to 30, then they should have all of the tools to make sure that you are properly taken care of when you're in need in your last 12 to 16.
Yeah, he did everything but tuck me in at night and put a bib around my neck to make sure I didn't dribble no barbecue sauce or anything on my clothes. Even when he asked me, Dad, you might want to go to the bathroom before, like, I felt like I should have some Depends on or something. Like, something I don't know, but
Traffic,
and he,
traffic. That's what he knows. He knows that he's been
I hear it.
stuck in traffic, and that ride from his house to my house can either be 30 minutes or it could be an hour and 20. That's what he knows. And there'd be nothing you could do about it. So that's
Totally
that
didn't see that till
experience.
just now. I
Yeah.
see it now. He was trying to prep me in the same way that I prepped him. All
Hmm.
right, we're going. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that because I know things that he's not paying attention to, but now he knows things that maybe I'm not paying attention to. Thanks for pointing out that I was at daycare
Yeah.
uh, this weekend, and but it was a good thing. It was total. It was a good experience.
That's pride.
Yeah,
I
that's
worry
right.
all of the time that, man, if I don't know, man. I'm not sure that my sons be able to do that for me. I'm sure that they can, but
Mm,
I haven't had that moment that you were able to experience this weekend, to where you actually saw them activate. And I've been telling you for
mm,
months that he's
months.
got it.
Yeah,
That's
he's
my
got it.
exact words to you. Now it's like, bro, you have zero to worry about. Your son got it, bruh. He don't need me right now. He comes to me for the advice, and he comes to eat dinner and comes to hang out, but it's he's straight. Like, I'm
Yeah, one thing
comfortable with him hanging out with my
yeah,
son. They both
yeah,
kick it, and it's like I know when them two together, everything's
yeah,
smooth.
yeah, yeah. I even saw the way his girlfriend was operating with him,
Mm,
uh, respectfully, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come pick you up. I'm gonna drop you off. Be here at this time. Be here at that time." I'm like, okay, you got a little, uh, not bossy, but I could see his leadership as a
mm,
man, and I can't see that over a phone call in the same kind of way. I can't see his interactions with others. I met some of his other buddies, and they would like, man, Landon is solid. He's straight. He's focused on this. He's focusing on that. And so getting a chance to hear, he's not even in the room. Maybe he's taking a shower or he's around the corner, and they're sitting there telling me about their experience with him. So that is pure gold. It's he's out the nest and he's totally good.
All
What
right.
else can I ask for? I did my
Nothing.
job.
Nothing.
And he had to step away to be able to. He told me 3.5 years ago, like, Dad, I can go out there and I can make it. I'm thinking low key, he gonna be back in like 3 to 6 months. Who moves to LA with like $2,500, which is rent for like a month? Golly, that's perfect.
Your homeboy.
That's perfect. Because if you did it and you've been out there, what, 23, 4, 5,
Yeah.
some odd
23
years, he's been out
years.
23 years, and here he
Mhm.
is out there 3.5 years. But I thought he would have popped back probably in his first 6 months. But he kept figuring it out, kept figuring it out. And sometimes, man, they just got to leave home. They got to get from underneath comfort. You were talking about terms earlier. Uh, there are three different terms I talk about in leadership circles: comfort zone, stretch zone, and panic zone. Comfort zone is right there in the word. Sometimes we're too comfortable and we just don't grow, but there's nothing wrong with it. The stretch zone is where you learn more about yourself, and it's typically uncomfortable. And that young person has to be willing to move into the stretch zone to learn more about themselves. They got to challenge themselves. So, really, what I should have seen 3.5 years ago, he's like, Dad, I need to move out of Carolina. I need to cut my teeth or test myself against a city with 14 million people in it and see how I do.
Mhm.
I wasn't realizing that's what he was doing. And the whole goal is to stay out of the panic zone. The panic zone is you're overwhelmed, you're shutting down, and you're not learning anything. The whole thing is if you move into the stretch zone, you learn more about yourself, you get comfortable with it, then you move that into your comfort zone. But then you go back into your stretch zone. So you want to keep your life between comfort and stretch. Comfort and stretch. You stay in comfort too long, things are too easy, and you don't take the next ladder in your steps towards manhood. The stretch zone is going to be uncomfortable. You're going to test yourself, and you're probably going to fail a little bit along the way, but damn, you're going to learn something about yourself,
Hmm.
something critical to the next steps. And he's, without him even knowing those definitions, he's been doing that. He's testing himself at the next level. And all the kids are doing that. I'm talking about him in that moment because I'm in LA, but yeah, the whole family, we all need to do that as young people.
I
Test
agree.
yourself, see what you're made of,
All
step out
right.
there, try, fail, try again, fail again, try again till you stop failing.
All right. So you said it. I got to kick my kids out.
Uh,
That's what I'm ki-
give a little.
okay. I got to kick all
I
my
knew that's where
sons
this was
out.
going.
No, man, that's cool. I get it. The doctor says that all your yeah, Unc says y'all got to move out.
Yeah, yeah. And they say he coming over again. Shoot, he messing up our swag. Yeah. I like this air conditioning.
Yeah,
I like this
yeah,
comfortable bed.
yeah. They
Uh,
like it all. I get it.
yeah.
But that's I guess that's some things. I guess what we learned for the day. We learned our stretch zone. We learned our comfort zone. We learned what it feels like for our kids to grow. We also learn what it takes, and what it means for us to just go lay eyes on someone
Yeah.
and just to be present. And just the fact that, and it kind of ties all back into what we was talking about with, those crucial conversations when it comes to the sex talk and the manhood talks and all of those other talks. Um, Sometimes it's not about the words that you say, it's about being present. And it's about, making that eye contact and letting them understand that, hey, um, there's a gut feeling that you got that I was able to instill in you, whether you wanted it or not. And you know damn well when that gut feeling goes off, you know where it came from, and you have a decision to make once you have that gut feeling. Are you going to test it, or are you going to allow that? to bump you back into the lanes again. And I believe that's kind of where those conversations go. Am I wrong with that?
Yeah, man, I appreciate like the recap on it. I'm thinking with what I know about my son now, I know he's okay and he can handle himself. Before going out there, I'm still seeing the little boy in my head. And once I went out there and saw how he's handling himself, how he's navigating his career, how he's navigating friends, relationship, and if that same situation was to happen, we talk, we jump on FaceTime, make sure I could see him, but it might be a little bit different. I know he can handle himself differently, and he can handle his stretch zone. Uh, he can move into those critical moments that are real intense and come out, clean the other side. Man. A little bit like Andy Dufresne, but maybe not clean like Andy Dufresne. But you get what I'm
Right.
saying. What I'm saying.
Well,
He, he,
and
he's going through some shit, and he's figured it out.
well, let's
And
hope it's not like Andy Dufresne, because according to Morgan Freeman, Andy Dufresne didn't win every night when they was trying to get a hold of him. So,
all right, I got to highlight which part of the movie because they caught Andy Dufresne down in the basement, and Andy got taxed down there. So yeah, he had to
yeah.
get up out of there. Yeah, so not
So
that Andy,
no, I
not
know.
that.
I'm just messing with you, but you know,
I was,
I think what we got to realize though, and this
yeah,
is what I was trying to tell you earlier. Sometimes, um, if you had to put a percentage on it, what percentage of this trip now in retrospect was for you, and which percentage of it was for him?
90-10. 90% was for me, but you see him in his manhood.
Hmm.
I call him on the phone, but I don't see him interacting and moving and navigating other people and situations. And when I go into the restaurant, I'm the one that puts the name in and say party of X.
Hmm.
He walked in, he was like party of such and such. Like, oh, okay. I'll just sit there and hold my purse. He's the one opening the door. Okay. That used to be my role. Okay. Uh, and now that I see him navigating in that manhood space, it was about me. Thinking my little boy was in trouble, but he's 6'4",
That's what
237 pounds.
I told you. But that's the first thing I said. I was like, boy, them niggas ain't worried. They are scared to death of your son. Ain't nobody worried about that man. That's a grown ass man.
I can
So
see it.
I, I
I'm seeing the distressed little boy, and that wasn't what was out there.
yeah,
And now when I come out there, I'm coming out there to enjoy myself and let him drive,
yeah,
and so I can take a nap in the passenger seat and wake up when we get there and say, "What are we doing next?"
yep.
Okay, yeah,
Hey
where we going
man,
to pop out?
that's absolutely perfect, man.
Yeah,
So, again in recap, I'm glad that you was able to come through. We talked about it. I tried to assure you that everything was cool, and I'm glad that now I'm always glad that you come hang out. But what I'm more glad of is now you might have 5% more trust in what my evaluation of the situation is. And you got that 90% for yourself, because not only did that open up that door for you to know that everything is comfortable, but it opens
mm,
up that door to make you know that, hey, it's okay for me to, I worked hard enough all these years. If I need to drop $500 to fly somewhere tomorrow, I'm doing it because I'm a
I'm
grown
going.
ass man. So it's you living in your stretch zone, because you wouldn't do it for a decade that I've been trying to get you to come hang out here. To be like, my
Right.
party's next week, bruh. Well, it's too late now. Too late. Nigga, they got 10 flights a day. It is not too late. You make
You
great
read
money,
exactly right.
bro. Come on out. You are a doctor. Nigga, you can
Yeah,
fly tomorrow if you want to.
I'm gonna,
Like,
I'm gonna start doing that. That felt good. Like, hold up, am I getting on a plane tomorrow? I won't ever
yes.
move like that.
I don't need
But I'm
no bags. What do I need bags for? I can stop at the store when I get there. I grab something for tomorrow, and if I need something different, I go to the store and buy something. I'm good.
yeah.
So
No.
I'm glad that you was able to get out of your comfort zone. I'm glad that you
Mm,
was able to bring your old lady out. I hope she had a good time.
Oh, she did. Yeah, yeah, we had a
Yeah,
great time.
I'm hoping
Yeah,
she did.
enjoyed the
So
show. Enjoyed the show. Shout out to Chocolate Sundays.
good, good,
I had a great time Sunday night.
good. So, well, there it is, man. I think that was a fantastic therapy session. This time I
For
felt
me,
like we all got our therapy today. I got to not feel so bad about not teaching my son how to ride a bike, apparently. And I
mhm,
know he's just digging on me. He does that on purpose sometimes, but that's the type of relationship we got. I know you see that. Like he gets at
no
me, I
doubt.
get at him. We have fun though.
Mhm.
So I'm proud to have you out here, man, and to be able to talk to you as often as we do now. Let's get this thing going again, and let's chat again soon, man. Another therapy session. We're gonna set that thing up for the next 10 days. Maybe even sooner if something pops up that gets on your mind that you want to talk about. I like
Mm,
to ask everybody who's watching this if there is anything that you got going on in your life that you think that is just happening to you. I would be willing to guarantee that it is just not happening to you and that there's
100%.
a case study on it. There's something that your neighbor is going through. It is
Mm,
something just like three things that we've talked about today that we were all struggling with our sons, and they all seem to have the same conversation that soothes the whole thing. So if this helped you at all, you make sure you share this with your friends, and next time you see Comedy Meeting Therapy, I need y'all to come back and tune on in again. How about that? Dr. Dwayne, I'd like to thank you for showing up today. I'll holler at you very soon. Any closing words?
man. Uh, Take a leap of faith. Try something new. Move into the stretch zone. Learn something new about yourself. Get comfortable with it. Try it again. Fail. Try it again. Do better. I know I did.
Damn right. Spoken like a true doctor, man. Y'all be great out there until the next time. Be great because it's available. Huh? All right, then.